So, you want to become men, do you? You want to break free from the constraints of a society that turns you into weaklings and little boys? Well, listen up. The path to becoming a man is a challenging one. It requires discipline, dedication, and a will of steel. It's a tough journey because society doesn't always make it easy for us to embrace our masculinity. From a young age, boys are bombarded with messages telling them that being tough, strong, and self-reliant is bad. We're told to be sensitive, emotional, and in touch with our feelings. And while those qualities can be valuable, they don't make a man. In fact, they often prevent us from developing the traits necessary for true masculinity. The problem is that society is too busy trying to turn us into nice guys that we forget what it means to be a real man. We're taught that aggression and competitiveness are bad things, that we should always put others before ourselves, and that we should never stand up for what we believe in. But the truth is that those qualities are exactly what makes a man. Society wants to turn us into yes sirs and weaklings. It prevents boys from standing up for what they really believe in, even if it means going against the grain. But we cannot let others push us or tell us what to do. Real men take charge of their lives and make their own decisions. 5 crucial points are the key to going from a weak boy to a robust and reliable man. And since I am feeling very generous today, I will share them with you. Also, there will be further videos of this kind, so follow the channel and stop being a weak clown. 1. Independence. Before anything, a man should seek to become independent. Weak boys depend on others for their bidding. After all, a man does not seek revenge or a desire to defeat his enemies. He aims to improve himself and become stronger on his own. Independence is essential for any boy who aspires to become a man. A man must be self-reliant and not dependent on anyone else for their strength and success. Independence is not just about being self-reliant, but also about being willing to take risks and face challenges without fear. True power comes from within, and a man must be ready to push himself to the limit to achieve his goals. Furthermore, independence is the key to achieving personal growth and development. A man must be willing to explore his weaknesses and limitations and work to overcome them. The only way is through this process of self-improvement, where a boy truly becomes a man. Developing independence is an essential step towards manhood. Boys who learn to take care of themselves, make their own decisions, and manage their own lives are better equipped to handle the challenges and responsibilities of adulthood. After all, becoming a man is more than acquiring physical strength or status. It's about developing a strong sense of self and mastering one's skill and abilities. 2. Emotional intelligence. In today's world, men are told to express their emotions. We can't suppress them, because that will be toxic. But we all know too well what happens when boys express their emotions. We are labeled as crybabies, weaklings, and sometimes we're forced to express our emotions in situations that are uncalled for. The greatest power comes from the heart. It is the emotions that make a warrior strong. But a warrior must also control his emotions, or they will consume him. I know the feeling all too well. In the past, I have struggled with my emotions and learned Allowing emotions to cloud one's judgment can have serious consequences. This is why emotional intelligence is essential for any man who aspires to be a warrior or a leader. A man must be able to control his emotions and reason, even in the face of great adversity or danger. Emotional control is not just about suppressing emotions, but positively channeling them. A man must be able to use his feelings to fuel his determination and drive, and to draw strength from them in times of need. Men who learn to understand and regulate their emotions and empathize with others are better equipped to handle the complex relationships and social dynamics that come along with adulthood. Emotional intelligence is essential for developing healthy relationships and practical communication skills. Controlling some emotions can be challenging. Pride is one of them, but boys hold on to pride. Men understand that pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. Remember, pride can be both a strength and a weakness. While it's crucial to take pride in oneself and one's accomplishments, it's equally important to remain humble and keep striving for improvement. 3. Responsibility. Responsibility. It's a concept that I used to scoff at. Something I thought was beneath me. But as I've grown as a warrior, a husband, and father, I've understood that responsibility sets the genuinely great apart from the rest. Boys tend to run far away from being held accountable. They turn into weaklings when they become defensive over their own mistakes. Men take responsibility. After all, it is a concept that lies at the heart of being a man. It is about taking ownership of one's actions and decisions and being accountable for consequences. When a man holds himself responsible, even when someone else did him wrong, it means he is strong, reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. It's all about what needs to be done, even when it's difficult or unpleasant. To be a man is to take responsibility by recognizing our actions' impact on those around us. It means understanding that our choices and behaviors can ripple effects on our families, communities, and even the world. As men, we have a unique role to play in society, and we must take that role very seriously. Do not give in to today's culture of turning boys with potential into feminine, weak rip-offs of what are supposed to be men. To be a man is to take responsibility for ourselves. This means being honest about our strengths and weaknesses, and taking steps to improve ourselves where necessary. It also means taking care of our physical and mental health, and being mindful of our actions' impact on our well-being. But apart from focusing on yourself, taking responsibility as a man means being there for our loved ones. It means being a good husband, father, son, and friend. It means being a provider and a protector and doing what is necessary to keep our families safe and secure. Men who learn this early in life can never succumb to the restraints or trends set by today's society. 4. Self-discipline. It's hard to learn self-discipline when today's world is overflowing with video games and R-rated sources catering to our desires. You know what I mean. These short-term pleasures give us nothing but a sense of achievement. Playing video games fools us into thinking we have sharpened our reflexes, weaponized our skills, and conquered the lands. But in reality, we are no more than mindless drones, decomposing and slaving away to data. Boys who brag about knowing women are no more than weaklings who spend all their free time looking up women and fapping to them. They are deluded and are out of touch with reality. If you want to be a man, you must learn self-discipline. Learn to control these unnecessary urges and desires. True power comes in response to a need, not a want. You have to create that need. True strength comes from a sense of purpose and a willingness to do whatever it takes to achieve one's goals instead of giving it to meaningless desires. Self-discipline is what separates the great from the mediocre. It allows us to keep our cool in the face of danger and stay focused on our objectives and make tough decisions when they need to be made. It's the foundation of all great warriors. Without it, we are nothing more than mindless beasts lashing out at the world around us. But with it, we can become more than we ever thought possible. Self-discipline is challenging. It takes sacrifice, hard work, and a willingness to put aside short-term pleasures for long-term gains. But the rewards, they're worth it. Through self-discipline, we can become more than we ever thought possible. We can push ourselves to new heights and achieve things that we never thought possible. For men, self-discipline is a weapon that they can forge to fight off any temptation or obstacle. Nothing can stand in their way. 5. Talk less, do more. Talking less, doing more. It's a philosophy that I stand by. A belief that has helped me to become one of the strongest warriors in the universe. It's a belief that can turn boys into men. Many boys are nothing more than flashy pictures and captions. In person they talk a lot, boast about their strength and abilities, and always try to prove themselves to others. But boys on the road to masculinity realize that all talk is meaningless unless they can back it up with action. The key to true strength is not in words but in action. You can talk all you want, but your comments are only meaningful if you can back them up with action. That's why men focus on training and improving their skills every day. They work out, break a sweat in the gym, and work hard towards their goal. They hustle night and day so that when the opportunity to shine comes, they let their actions speak for themselves. They don't waste time with idle talk or meaningless boasts. Men let their strengths and skills do the talking for them. How about some final wisdom? Enough thinking and talking. Put in the hard work. Control your emotions. Hold yourselves responsible. And never give in to terrible temptations. It sounds pretty simple, huh? Why don't you tell me what you think in the comments below? Now get to work!